Now what do I got in the old movie bin? Nothing in the DVDs, okay. George Carlin, Clockwork Orange, Halloween. Well, that's different. Channel 3, there we go. Oh, come on. Alright. What's going on? What are we talking about today? Today we are talking about Sadako versus Kayako. Sadako versus Kayako is the grudge match movie of The Ring and The Grudge. But this is pretty much one of those just crossover films like Freddy vs. Jason, Alien vs. Predator. The film opens up with what looks like the classic grudge story, a social worker looking for her charge. When she does find her, she strangled herself with a phone cord and the TV's on. Suddenly, the VCR starts playing a tape and Sadako's right behind her. I don't know if I'm more shocked that the woman killed herself with a phone cord or that people still own VHS players in 2016. Professor Shinichi goes over the popular legends like the slit-mouthed woman, Kayako's house, and Sadako's videotape. He does set the rules for the tape, though. Instead of 7 days after watching it, you now only get 2 days. He also shares his interest in meeting Sadako and watching the tape. I think we can all assume that now it's pretty much not an exclusive white people thing, that in horror movies people just do dumb shit. I think it's just, in general, when you're in a horror movie, you're bound to do something fucking stupid. Natsumi asks her friend Yuri if she can help her convert a copy of her parents' wedding video to DVD and offers her lunch for 5 days. I mean, I can't blame her. If you want to get something done, you feed somebody. Suzuka and her parents move into a house next to Kayako's house, but that's not really important right now. After picking up a VCR at the thrift store, Natsumi and Yuri turn it on and find an old VHS in it. Yuri decides it's a great idea to watch it. Although Yuri gets a text and then doesn't watch the tape, and Natsumi does, which gets her cursed. Great friends. After the tape ends, Natsumi keeps Yuri from watching it even though she wants to watch it. And then cut back to Suzuka, who's going to school after dreaming of Kayako's house. A girl doing a tarot reading on her gives the backstory for the house while also giving a little bit of foreshadowing.
This is the worst combination of cards.
Yuri and Natsumi go to their professor for help, but he'd rather watch the tape and meet Sadako instead of helping them in any way, because, you know, dying, it's just temporary. Although he does go and find a medium that can possibly exorcise Natsumi, all three end up going to Madame Horyu, whose idea of an exorcism is different. Holy shit, what the fuck is wrong with you? Why the hell are you slapping her like that?
Bitch, you king shaming me. Don't you dare king shame me.
And ineffective. Yuri decides to have Natsumi give her the tape because according to the book that the professor wrote, if you give somebody the tape and have them watch it, the curse transfers to them instead. Apparently that's bullshit. Kaizo and his blind psychic assistant Tamao arrive to let them know giving someone the tape and having them watch it to take your place doesn't work. Natsumi then spits out a hairball and Kaizo collects it for his hair collection. Kaizo's idea of helping them is to get Kayako and Sadako to fight each other, because that's going to end well. I should also mention that Tamao shows a lot of psychic ability during these first two scenes that she's in, where it's just pretty much her saying things that show that this movie's not going to end very well. Kaizo and Tamao go to the house, and there just so happens to be a well in the backyard. Natsumi, while Yuri was in the shower, ends up uploading the cursed video to YouTube, but then immediately takes it down. But you know how the internet works. If something goes up, people are going to download it and re-upload it, so it's never truly gone. Unfortunately, a bunch of people have seen the tape now, so they really need to stop the curse. Although this small little section of the film never comes up again for the rest of the movie. So Natsumi figures it's probably a good idea to just kill herself, but Sadako shows up and she ain't having that. You try to kill yourself, she gonna come and kill you before you can kill you. Suzuka goes into the house and her parents follow her to try and get her out, which ends up getting both of her parents killed. After Kayako kills both of Suzuka's parents, Kaizo shows up and throws the hairball he collected from Natsumi earlier at the spirit, which somehow banishes her to the back of the house, I guess. Suzuka, Yuri, Kaizo, and Tamao are all together, and they come up with the brilliant plan to get Suzuka and Yuri cursed by both ghosts, which will make them fight and hopefully kill each other, even though they're both dead already, so I don't know how that spirit battle afterlife thing works. Their entire backup plan consisted of getting one of them to sacrifice themselves so that both spirits will come after them at the well. They drop into the well, both spirits merge together and then possess their body. Hoping that once they possess the body, they just cover up the well, seal it, and that's it. All gone, done, no more ghosts. Which doesn't really work. It does, on the other hand, create Sayako, who unfortunately now you can get cursed by either watching the tape or going into the house. That was Sadako versus Kayako. And it's not great, but it is really entertaining. Although they changed the ring mythology, it's understandable in order to get the plot moving. There's a cool thing they do in the cinematography where before the spirits intersect with each other, stuff dealing with strictly Sadako and strictly Kayako are shot and framed similarly to the original Ring and the original Grudge. Even though the effects are mostly CGI during the fights and some other scenes, you can see that it's really well done and it looks really good, especially when you have people using hair to fight each other. One thing I have to say is don't go into this movie expecting it to be some super scary, serious movie. They have the source material, but it's kind of more tongue-in-cheek on it than really anything else. I will, however, rate this movie 5 plans that are bound to fail out of 5. Anyway, thanks for watching, and see you next time.